drop, you know, that energy. They wouldn't drop that feeling of winning anytime soon. So it's and I was quite happy that someone like Dukunde getting himself twice on the score sheet.
Absolutely, and a lot of games have gone down tonight. Karabakh, they just lost 2-4 to Ajax. Raymond is here, he's wearing a Galatasaray jersey. Yesterday, Victor Osimhen pocket of Mohamed Salisu. But today in the Ajax game, Don Angelo Konedu came on for Ajax and made a difference with the GFA going chasing Raymond. He's 19 years old. Don Angelo Konedu.
Well, it looks like almost every player who has a Ghanaian name almost could be playing at the World Cup.
You can't tell me that Don Angelo Konedu is not from Kumewu.
Oh, well, of course, but does he feel Ghanaian? Does he feel like...
Naki really didn't feel Ghanaian, he's playing for Ghana.
Well, until he's rejected by his parent country or the country of his birth, you never expect some of these players to give the Black Stars a look. Maybe we won't be talking about Eddie Ketia today if he had his full debut with the Three Lions and has been a consistent figure in there. Again, you could say some for Callum Hudson-Odoi. So, for most of these players, because you can understand them. You grow up in a football structure where you feel Dutch, you feel Belgian, you feel French, you feel British. It's always difficult to decide to play for Ghana. Of course, look at the opportunities. All of us here today, I'm sure if we were born in England, we would have had a tough decision as to choosing between the Black Stars and playing for the Three Lions of India.
We have the canal.
The English have gotten, they've gotten a Ghanaian to coach their under-19 team.
Absolutely.
And he's doing a great job getting the likes of Amuame, etc., to play for England under-19.
Yeah, and so, I don't call some of these players. It's a decision that anybody faced with such a decision would easily look at the country that presents you with the most opportunities. I mean, if I get to play for the Black Stars, they're struggling to qualify for the AFCON. They're struggling to qualify for the World Cup. But if I play for the Three Lions, I'm guaranteed possibly a World Cup spot every time. I get to play in the Euros. I get to play in some of the big leagues. So, I mean, I don't fault some of these players. Maybe if the Black Stars look attractive post this World Cup, you get a lot of these players making that easy decision, just like Morocco, just like with Senegal. These days, you get a lot of French players wanting to play for Senegal. You get a lot of players who play for some of these countries wanting to play for Morocco. So I think that we'll get there, but the Black Stars must be attractive first.
Absolutely, the Black Stars must be attractive. I'm sure if you still had an opportunity, you play for Nicaragua in Asia, would you?
Well, no chance at all, no chance. I think Raymond highlighted it very emphatically. It's about opportunity. That personal interest there, but then again, how patriotic are we? I think loyalty these days comes at a price, and when you're not doing the right things, taking the right steps, investing in grassroots football, the future looks very, very bleak, and it's no surprise that most of our guys are trying to jump ship to the better federations, in quotes, if I should put it that way. But then the Black Stars have an opportunity at another World Cup. They are fit, and hopefully they will be able to pull out all the right stops, the right cards. Mohamed Salih is
have a punt on the Sporty Stock Exchange.
Alright, so the SportyBet app is we have lots of options, hundreds, actually running into thousands. And if you're an investor or you're a planter, you want to place an investment or a stake behind any of these teams, my advice for tonight in this big clash will be to goals and goals. Both teams have a lot at stake. It's a big game. Real Madrid are home at the Santiago Bernabeu. Definitely they will have to score owing to what is at stake for Gaffa, Xabi, Alonso. Man City themselves have been very flamboyant, on a good run, have probably the deadliest plan. Jeremy Doku is also starting. You know, he's been in scintillating form since he came back home, and the so-called president. He's been a completely different player. So it's about the goals tonight. The live and play option will also be a very good pick for those of you who are not too sure which side of the fence to stay on pre-game. We are 5 minutes away from kickoff with game. Definitely the live and play options will be the next goal, anytime goal scorer. And you could actually build the bet. Just pick one game, preferably this game, and choose multiple options, up to 8 options on the bet builder. You see a BB in the corner of your screen once you open the app, and you have the opportunity to select goal scorers, shots on target, accurate passes, corner kicks, yellow and red cards, booking points, overs and unders in terms of goals. And the SportyBet app has a lot of functionality for you tonight. You could be smiling by the end of the day.
Yeah, at the Hisense showroom, if you're not grabbing the Hisense appliance here, kindly get East Legon. Coca-Cola is here as well to refresh all of us. And I'll get a few predictions from all of you in and around. We are 3 minutes to kick off, and Tommy Perry will take 2 or 3 predictions as to what else we expect. Tommy Perry, let us know what the fans think.
Okay, so we're getting to the fight. Hey, Hala Madrid! Hala Madrid! Hala Madrid! Hala Madrid! Hey, against one way! Against one way! That's how we like it in the town. That's how we like it in the town. Anyway, you are not saying you be Barca fan. I'm not saying you be Barca fan. What will be the predictions for this game? 3-2 against. Anytime goal scorer. 25. Winning person will go score. Winning player. Alan hat-trick. Hey, Charlie. So your man say 46 minutes, 60th minute, and 86th minute. Haaland hat-trick. He give the time or the time or. I don't know Malamala, Charlie. Haaland pass nowhere. Hala Madrid. Hala Madrid. I don't want Madrid fans where they wear jersey. Why jersey day? And Madrid fans, you know they wear jersey again. They score you 2-0 now. You know they wear jersey again. Madrid fans where they wear jersey. I want to hear proper Madrid fan. Proper Madrid fan. Madrid say, the Madrid fans say 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. Just one Hana. Just one. SportyBet one. Chairman, any predictions? What be the predictions for this game? Who will give me correct score? Who will give me correct score? Correct score. 2-1 against Man City. 2-1 against Man City. Anytime goal scorers. When you do it, they'll score. No. I don't have to. 3-1 against. 3-1. Against Man City. Against Man City. 3-1 against Man City. 3-1 against Man City. I beg, anybody in there again? Hey, Man City, you know what Man City just come. Oh, Man City fan. Man City fan. I beg, score. Also, this jersey you they wear, if it's a the jersey they be you or you be Man City fan or because against. Be against. Hey, Charlie, I like. Yes. So the agenda boys are here. The Madridistas are here. Yes, it's about to go down. This is how we like it in the town. This is how we like it. Over to you, General.
Absolutely. Getting ready for it. And the Real Madrid lineups are out.
Hey, let me say, Hala Madrid. So come, extra trying. Bellingham to a man in the middle of the park. And up front is Vinny, Gonzalo, and Rodrigo. And then Calvin, interestingly, Vinny and Rodrigo playing together.
Well, it's quite surprising, but it's all because of the absence of Mbappe. They need lots of players to create, and there's no other goal there too. So you would expect that you need players who can be and spend long and then create.
Also, Pep Guardiola has Xabi Alonso, and it is about to go down. The dive at the closed room Santiago Bernabeu, and we are live from the Hisense Showroom inside East Legon. The whole squad is there. You see Raymond Yamado. Both of them don't have teams in the Champions League, but then again they will support in spirit. But you see I mean, Man City seems to have hit a certain vein of form, doing what is necessary. Are you surprised how Guardiola set?
Well, no surprises there. You look at that formation. Ryan Cherky and Jeremy on top of that attack. No surprises there. Nico Gonzalez, Phil Foden, and Bernardo Silva, who's captain of the day. And in the right guard, they have a rally at left back, Joshko Vardiol, together with Ruben Diaz in centre back. And then Mateus Nunes will slot in at right back. The ever reliable Gianluigi Donnarumma will be in goal for them. Not surprising is that system is the formula that has worked for them all season long. You look at their last few matches, and you can tell clearly that in the last 3 games, they have been on an upward goals against Sunderland. They scored 5 goals against Fulham, and they have scored 3 goals against Leeds United. That's a total of 11 goals in their last 3 games. Manchester City are on fire.
So Kevin Olson takes over to take us through this game. And we are live right here. Over to you, Jolati.
Well, getting into the big games in the UEFA Champions League, and Real Madrid, Man City meet for the 15th time. So we're looking forward to seeing who gets the best out of this. Just 17 seconds into the game, and Real Madrid, 3 goalless against Manchester City. Madrid haven't been so good when it comes to the La Liga, trailing Barca by 4 points. Manchester City, on the other hand, have closed down the gap. But that's not just 2. Trying to get past Carreras, but Anthony Rudiger puts his body on the line, and he salvages a throw inside of a corner kick for Real Madrid. The attacking area, great intent from Manchester City. Clearly, they are going to get at Madrid.
Clearly, this is going to be a game of very high intensity. Jeremy Doku already shown the kind of individual battles we've seen on the pitch, and Real Madrid will have. If they decide to play in a low block, I think it will be to their advantage, because everybody knows how pacey these Manchester City forwards are. Pep Guardiola already has receiving a lot of cheer from the crowd and Santiago Bernabeu, but Man City already
wait to see what would happen. But Real Madrid had to force Manchester City to get the ball back. Vinicius steals the ball away. There's a counter break, but Manchester City managed to close it. Vinicius makes pass goals, but it's been cut out brilliantly with Joshko Vardiol. Manchester City will try to play out of them. Vinicius out there. It's been put down. It's going to be a penalty. Penalty to Real Madrid. And it's Clement Tappen, the referee from France. You say, clearly, that is the penalty.
I think that's the penalty. Vinicius Junior, very, very intelligent on the offensive. Played, I think he saw the leg out, and easily, very easy. A wonderful twist. A wonderful twist. And that's was in the box. I think it was outside the box.
Well, clearly, it looks like it's outside the box.
VAR should have a look at this. VAR should have a look at this.
Alonso clapping, he thought he had it, but a lot more like it's going to be. And it's a penalty, it's been confirmed. It's going to be a free kick. The referee did not take that. And it's going to be a free kick just behind the line. Mateus Nunes, he had to get it himself. Away, but close save there. Close save. Raymond.
Well, I think that Real Madrid have started the game with good intent. Clearly, they want to get that first goal and then pound them because they know there's a lot of pressure on them. They know how to play. They know how to like to possess the ball. So it's a lucky escape for them that they didn't concede the penalty. This free kick anyway could end up at the back of the net, but Real Madrid has started this game well, and I think that if they continue like this, Man City is going for a big game tonight.
Well, let's see what happens from this free kick. Phil Foden decides to lie behind, and you can see Madrid trying to push their team. It's Real Madrid against Manchester City. Real Madrid looking very good position. Fede Valverde, Rodrigo. Donnarumma watching closely. He's already set up his human wall. Ball drops to Fede Valverde. Sticks it. That's his next ball for a corner kick. That was a powerful drive from the Uruguay captain. But it was always pulling away. Once again, O'Reilly making sure that that touch went beyond the goalpost, and it's a corner kick.
Very, very good at free kick from them. A good attempt from Real Madrid. I think the wicked deflection took it off the target, but there was a big opportunity. And you feel that we will have a lot of end-to-end action. Also, Real Madrid, Man City on the attack. But that is a very intelligent pullback from Ryan Check. Still counter-attack.
Ryan Check once again. That counter-attack. Raymond, you are expecting a quick whip.
I think that was a very good break for Manchester City. The final ball was a bit unfortunate. The final ball just couldn't come through. But had that two ball gone through, I think that Man City would have been left to a goal. It's going to be end-to-end action tonight because both teams like to attack. No team is going to hide in their defensive challenge to be defensive in the game. So I promise you guys
nobody's going to hide Jeremy the goal. It finds Nico Gonzalez, stretches play. Machis Nunes goes down to the screen right. Picks up Brian Checky. Bernardo Silva wanted that pass, but he gets the ball back to Nico Gonzalez. Makes him that pass, but Aurelien Tchouameni clears the slide. He finds Gonzalo Garcia. Jude Bellingham stretches play down the right hand side. Fede Valverde playing as a right fullback. Gets the ball back into the... And it's Asensio. Finds solace in his goalkeeper. Table control. Above. Pressure from Phil Foden. He finds Dani Ceballos. Plays out. Rodrigo. And the ball is going for Manchester City. Once fully through. This is 4106.1 FM. In a crowd bringing you live coverage of the UEFA Champions League match day 16 between Real Madrid and Manchester City, right from Hisense East Legon Showroom. The ball with a quick one in there. To make that clearance, ball stretches wide, and comes Gonzalo Garcia, pick it up. Rodrigo has the center of the ball. He runs down, gets inside the penalty area with a very good whip, and Vinicius finds the goal, but it's missing. What an opportunity for Vinicius Jr. But he wasted 7 minutes into the game. Madrid nil, Manchester City nil.
That's a very poor attempt. I think he should have gotten the shot on target at the very least. Vinicius Jr. what a big opportunity. He was the spare man on the far post, tried to chip the goalkeeper. A very difficult skill, but he could have gone to the ball, probably dragged in, cut in, and had a second opportunity. Xabi Alonso will be frustrated.
He will be fuming now. The intent was brilliant, but the execution lacked accuracy and precision. It's going to be a free kick to Real Madrid. Jeremy Doku sticking out his hand. Well, let's quickly run through the results from the other games as well. Mr. Siape will be doing a start on a back. Real Madrid. Nico O'Reilly in defense. Phil Foden, Nico Gonzalez, and Bernardo Silva playing right in front of them with Jeremy Doku and Ryan Checky flanking Erling Haaland. These things updates from the other games.
Well, almost 10 minutes the grounds in Europe, and earlier on Ajax Amsterdam staged a remarkable comeback against Karabakh in Baku, Azerbaijan. They won by 4 goals to 2.
With the ball once again, getting into the area, push down. Ruben Diaz, great shotman from the Portuguese, and he clears the slide, finds Ryan Cheki. Close by, Diaz picks up the return. Joe Foden, down the right hand side, line, looking for the Australian marker, but very good work there. Ryan Cheki is going to cause lots of trouble for the Uruguay. Lots of athletes we are going to see today, Hisense.
Well, definitely with a player with a skill set of Ryan Cherky, you will see moments like this. But across the grounds in Europe, I was saying earlier, Ajax staged a remarkable comeback against Karabakh in Azerbaijan. It ended 4-2 to the away side.
Gianluigi Donnarumma coming out to pick it up, more like a return save for him. Nico O'Reilly gets closer to Jeremy Doku. Doku decides to get back, but the block comes in from Danny Ceballos. It's going to be a throw-in for Manchester City. Throwing quickly effective. Josco Vardio to Nico Gonzalez. Gonzalez goes in close to Ruben Diaz. Diaz finds Matheus Nunes. Nunes to Ryan Cherki. Cherki comes into Ellen Haaland. Loses possession. At 4. Phil Foden and Rodrigo will pick up the ball. He's running around. He's been very mobile. Leaves the ball for Jude Bellingham. And return ball. He finds Vinicius. Vinicius inside the penalty area. Kairas offering an opportunity. He decides to go in. Kind of cross coming. But it goes out for a corner kick. Madrid wants a penalty. Real Madrid wants a penalty. Vinicius Jr. with that delivery. But Clement Tepe says nothing doing. And looks like an outstretched arm. Raymond, would you take this as a penalty?
Well, it's a bit tricky, and you look at the players, and the hand was in a natural silhouette. It was in a natural position. I don't think that he stretched that arm out to try to block the ball, and so I think the referee's call is right.
The referee's call is right. We are waiting to see what would happen from this corner kick. Madrid. A delivery comes in, but the clearance comes. Once again, Josco Vardio making sure he clears his lines. And ball is picked up by Fede Valverde. He finds Kairas. Kairas gets close to Jude Bellingham. Bellingham still inside central midfield. Picks up Rudiger. Calmly finds Fede Valverde. Rodrigo. Vinicius comes down close to him. Dani Ceballos. Rodrigo. That touch, but manages to outwit his markers. He wins another free kick. He's causing lots of problems. Use this. Rodrigo, very mobile. He's causing lots of problems for Manchester City.
All right, Rodrigo caused the problems, being an absolute handful on either wing in the counter-attacking situations. The transitions are really quick, and you can understand exactly why Xabi Alonso went with very pacey forwards. But we have a from the Signal Iduna, Borussia Dortmund have taken the lead against Bodo Glimt. If you went for the one-up option on the SportyBet app, you should be smiling. It's Julian Brandt with the goal for Dortmund. Well, back to our feature game, Kelvin, and it's looking more and more dangerous. I think the first goal will actually unleash the floodgates, and we might see a few more coming through.
Anthony Rudiger looking for the up that was just too wide. The connection from Rodrigo's free kick. Real Madrid nil, Manchester City nil. It was rather Aurelien Tchouameni who decided to get a connection to that ball, but it was always going to go off target. Goal kick for Manchester City, quickly played out the right hand side. Nunes trying to get out of that zone, but Tchouameni steps in to make that tackle. Jude Bellingham with his trademark turn, trying to make that pass, and the ball has been blocked. It's going to be a throw-in for Real Madrid. The intensity is high from Madrid. Throwing quickly effected. Rudiger gets the ball to Asensio Courtois. Fede Valverde wants that ball. And he's been picked up by Asensio. Asensio trying to get his way through. Sent it a long one down the left-hand side. Kairas beautifully brings it down under control. It sends Vinicius Jr. on his back. Vinicius, Kairas waiting for the return. But he wastes that. And it's Jude Bellingham. Stretches play down the right-hand side. Beautifully brought down by Rodrigo. Rodrigo training the whip. But he decides to come back. Dani Ceballos, a delivery inside the penalty area. The connection comes from Manchester City. Not fully cleared. Vinicius inside the penalty area trying to get past his man. But it's been blocked. Ryan Cherki with his defensive duties. Erling Haaland trying to get past Dani Ceballos. And Ceballos made that interception, but referee whistle for foul. Foul quickly taken down the right-hand side. Ceballos drops down in the process of the attack. And it looks like Erling Haaland pulled him down. The game continues on the halfway line. Nico Gonzalez. He was brought in to step in and replace Rodri, who is struggling. 20 minutes played, Real Madrid nil, Manchester City nil.
And we have an update from Portugal. Benfica have taken the lead against Napoli 1-0 after 21 minutes. And back in Germany, Bayer Leverkusen have a penalty kick awarded to them against Newcastle United. Remember, scoreline already is 1-0. And how many goals are we going to get served in this one? VAR having a look at that penalty decision. But quickly back to our feature game tonight, the big one. Manchester City up against Real Madrid. A lot of tactical fouls. It's been cagey, and we're very unlucky not to get a goal in the first 20 minutes of the game. I still do feel for investors, for Panthers, don't panic. The goals will trickle in pretty shortly, Kelvin.
The goals are going to trickle in very shortly, according to Eustace Diakwe. He's predicting that there's going to be lots more that will come from this particular game. Let's see what will happen, and it's going to be a free kick against Manchester City. Asensio pulled down by Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland in there, and he clearly pushed this man down. Sam Fiatrix, Clement Tapper was close to the action, and he calls the two players to order. It's going to be a long night for both.
Well, I think that everybody knows the threat of Erling Haaland, and you know, you'd always want to stay close to him. You'd always want to block the space, and you know, some of these moments would happen because Erling Haaland, once it gets frustrated, you'd get him committing silly fouls like this. Referee would talk to him this time around, but I think that the next time something like this happens, he might get into the referee's books. But Erling Haaland is that player you don't want to leave, and so I think that Asensio is doing his job right, and it's going to be a long night for both players.
And Pep Guardiola expresses frustrations too. Stephanie Frappard. Along on the lines, quick switch of play from Valverde to Karius. Karius over the halfway line looking for the run. Vinicius Jr. down his left. Can he keep it? But that's very good cover there from Matheus Nunes. Anthony Rudiger sends the ball back into Manchester City's defensive end. Gonzalo Garcia was looking forward to making that pass, but it would have been offside. Jude Bellingham makes the sliding tackle. Karius gets one pass by Racek. He steps in to make that interception. Nico O'Reilly down the left-hand side looking for the round of Jeremy Doku, but not too close. And he decides to slow down the tempo of the game. Finds his captain, Bernardo Silva. Very good change and switch of play there from the captain for Manchester City. Bernardo Silva dictating the pace of play. Bernardo to Nico Gonzalez. Nico back to Nunes. Finds Diaz. Diaz makes that pass to Phil Foden. Foden to Jeremy Doku. Doku. But Madrid seems to have stopped that quick attack from Manchester City. Bernardo Silva finds to Nico Gonzalez. Gonzalez gets the ball down to his right-hand side. And it's Matheus Nunes. Nunes advancing to a very good position, but he's been stopped there by Karius. Karius finds Dani Ceballos. Ceballos not too far. He wins possession. Erling Haaland wanted a free kick. Referee says nothing doing. Anthony Rudiger sends in a long one. Wants to put Vinicius on his back. Gonzalo Garcia makes that touch. Gets the ball to Vinicius. Vinicius. Gonzalo Garcia was waiting for that ball. Aurelien Tchouameni picks up the scrum. Leaves it for Fede Valverde. Valverde down his right-hand side. Rodrigo, for the first time in about 2 minutes, makes that pick down his right-hand side. Gets the ball to Dani Ceballos. Ceballos weighs his options. Goes back to Asensio. Asensio finds Rudiger. Rudiger down the left-hand side. Overtime. Karius making a run. He's telling Gonzalo Garcia to give him an option. But that path has been blocked. No passing channel. Loose for him to plunge the ball through. Madrid make a retreat to try build up again. Rodrigo makes that pass to Fede Valverde. A return ball to him and delivery inside the penalty area. But too heavy and Vinicius couldn't latch onto it. Ball gets all the way back to Gonzalo Garcia. Jude Bellingham wants that pass. Anthony Rudiger gets the ball to Karius. Karius waiting for Jude Bellingham's run. Ball back in there. A delivery inside the penalty area. The clearance comes in from Josko Vardiol. Vardiol to Phil Foden. Foden back to Vardiol. And Vardiol will find Donnarumma, who sent in a long final Aurelien Tchouameni. Tchouameni finds Asensio. And there is an update. After 25 minutes, Madrid 0, Manchester City 0.
Interesting game it is, but across the grounds there is a goal update. Arsenal have scored against Club Brugge in Belgium, and Noni Madueke is the man on target for them. Has come in very, very big shoes to fill, Bukayo Saka, and is delivering. Arsenal are absolutely dominating that game with the possession stats, goal stats, and every other significant detail. We will keep you posted, but Arsenal look like they are heavy favorites. Remember, they've conceded just one goal in the Champions League this season proper.
Well, game continues, and it's Bandana who has scored a goal. Noni Madueke, Bandana has a goal for Arsenal, and Arsenal lead Club Brugge. But here at East Legon Hisense Showroom, where we are bringing live coverage of the UEFA Champions League Match Day 6 action with support from Coca-Cola, and still goalless between the two sides who are meeting for the 15th time. Tabi Alonso in hot waters. He wants to get over the line and maintain his job. Pep Guardiola, Manchester City looking at qualifying automatically. Quick pass to find Phil Foden. He's approached there by Rudiger. Slows down play. Gonzalo Garcia pushes his man down. Can he find Vinicius? But there's going to be a foul there against the Real Madrid center forward. Tabi Alonso knows there's a lot at stake. He's playing against his former boss, and that was clearly a barge into his man. Gonzalo Garcia pushing Phil Foden. Quick free kick taken down the right-hand side. And it's Real Madrid trying to defend this against Manchester City. City still looking at finding the right pass to get to the main center forward, Erling Haaland. 5 goals already in the Champions League. Looking forward to getting a lot more. Jeremy Doku. He has Fede Valverde to mid, gets into a very good position. But that effort looking for Erling Haaland has been stopped. And Madrid can try, get on the break. And his career has very good defensive work there. He sets himself on the run. Real Madrid with a quick ball down in there. Jude Bellingham. Bellingham on the run. Jude Bellingham quickly finds Rodrigo inside the penalty area. Can he make that pass? And that's a finish! Madrid with the goal after 27 minutes. And it's the man who's been causing trouble all evening. Rodrigo. He picked up that pass. Carreras with a very excellent defensive work. And it was too good a pass, too good a run, and an excellent finish from the Brazilian, who's had minimal minutes to put Madrid ahead. 28 minutes done. Real Madrid 1, Manchester City 0.
And that was a well-taken goal by Rodrigo. He's been troubling this Manchester City team. He's been on the left, he's been on the right, he's played through the middle. He's been given that free roll to actually attack this Manchester City team, and he's done the business of putting the ball at the back of the net. For Rodrigo, he has a point to prove in this game. You know, all season, he's not really had a lot of minutes to play for Real Madrid. He's been on the bench for most time. He's been someone as sub, he's made to do up. And it's one opportunity where he has to start the game and make an impact. And it's really proven that, look, if Alonso wants a player to rely on, if Alonso wants a player to start for him and give him results, I think that Rodrigo has given a good account of himself in this game. He's a player that Real Madrid cannot forget. He's a player that Real Madrid cannot continue to keep on the bench, and he's done the business of putting ahead in this game.
That was a brilliant finish there from Rodrigo. Eustace Niagwe.
And so the Stone Builders with once upon a time, just a few weeks ago, we were speaking about his departure from the club. But this is how to make a statement of intent and justify your inclusion. Wonderful goal. I mean, excellent technique, well executed. And I think it's a very well-deserved goal for Real Madrid. A little confrontation going on. Jeremy Doku.
This is how the game is going to be. I think it's going to get heated. Asensio is just trying to get on the nerves of Doku, and, you know, he's bought into it.
Yeah, I mean, those individuals, but Doku obviously not being given that free hand he expected down that wing. He's being marked every inch of the way. And Asensio, I think, is doing the right thing by standing up to him. We'll have a few more moments like that, particularly in the defensive areas of Real Madrid. Antonio Rudiger is in the mix, and you know he is always very, very combative. Will be ready to stand up to any other player. But now, Man City will have to show character. They will have to dig deep. Real Madrid in very firm control of this one. And after half an hour, I'm happy to say our first goal of the game has come in. It's far from over. Football can be very dynamic. We've seen stranger things happen. But this Man City team started as favorites, and they will have to show why they started as favorites. I think Real Madrid have control of this one and a slight edge with a scoreline at 1-0, Kelvin.
Scoreline is a 1-0, and you can see Phil Foden once again. He's already on a yellow card, and it's quite surprising. Oh, but unfortunately, that slave from Rodrigo, it could be painful. It could be painful. Right there, it could be the abductor muscles in the thigh. He could go, but thankfully he's up to continue.
Well, I think that Man City have identified this three. I think they possibly underrated him before the start of the game. They now need to pay attention to Rodrigo. So a few of these fouls will come in, but Man City have to be very careful. Already Foden is on a yellow. We've seen them get into a few tackles that haven't been right. But if they continue like this, the referee would have no option than to flash a few more yellow cards. But it's been a good game for Rodrigo. He definitely has to make a statement to make sure he starts more games for Real, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Did you hear what was said? Moses said, "Man, you should go. Man, you should go." All right, okay. Well, it's fun here. Manchester United are not playing in any European action, but they say Manchester United. Yeah, maybe PlayStation. Well, we're getting a lot more into that. 32 minutes approaching at the Santiago Bernabeu. Real Madrid leading Manchester City by a goal to nil. Rodrigo with the only goal separating the two teams. It's a quick ball in there, trying to find Erling Haaland, but Rudiger gets the ball to Thibaut Courtois, who sends a long one in. Garcia loses that aerial challenge. Ball is picked up by Jeremy Doku inside the center circle. He's been forced back over the halfway line, back into CT's defensive end. And CT will work it all out inside the center circle. Nico Gonzalez, press play down his right-hand side, waiting to make that pass. He does well to find Matheus Nunes. Nunes to Ryan Checky. Checky find Nunes, and that pass is just too heavy. Couldn't find Erling Haaland. Rodrigo finds Aurelien Tchouameni. Tchouameni to Kairas. Kairas looking forward to sending a long one. A long one. Can Gonzalo Garcia get onto it? Very good gather there by Garcia. Vinicius. He has Jude Bellingham. Vinicius. The cutback. But once again blocked there. Very good defensive by coming from Manchester City. They'll try to be on the bye. A quick pass. Rancheki finds Bernardo Silva. Bernardo looking for the round of Rancheki. Cheki down the right-hand side. The French international gets the ball pass. Carreras, and Carreras commits himself. It's going to be a free kick. Eustace clearly not happy with the play. Is it from Bernardo or is it from Rancheki?
Well, I think it's from that wing in particular. Every time there's a counter-attacking opportunity, you see Bernardo trying to drag the ball back and allow the Real Madrid players to get into defensive positions. It's something that's not right for them. I think in the first few minutes of the game, we saw that. We've seen that pattern repeat itself consecutively, and I think it's something that they should be spoken to about. I know Ryan Cherky is a versatile player, a very nimble-footed guy, likes to draw back and trick or two here and there. But there are moments when you see Erling Haaland as the free man running into space. You need that one touch, like what Rodrigo did with the goal for Real Madrid. And Man City need to be spoken to. Bernardo Silva and Rancheki are killing their counter-attacking opportunities at the moment, Kelvin.
Well, let's see what comes at delivery side of penalty area. Tchouameni rises high and he clears the slides not too far away. And it's picked up by Matheus Nunes. Nunes goes down his right. Bernardo Silva. Silva back to Matheus Nunes. Nunes down his left-hand side. Josko Vardiol. Close by is Nico O'Reilly. O'Reilly trying to outwit his marker. Very good shimmy, but couldn't find that end to make the pass. Jeremy Doku. Doku is being shadowed by O'Reilly. Jeremy Doku gets into a very good defensive at 13. But it's Asensio to make that block. Asensio with that block. It's going to be a corner kick for Manchester City. Real Madrid leading the citizens by a goal to nil. Jeremy Doku with the left foot still looking for Erling Haaland. And Asensio stretching to make that interception. Don't forget, we are live on Sporty 106.1 FM. And it's a delivery coming in there. Corner kick. 35 minutes into the game. A delivery right check here. And it's a connection comes in from Oscar Vardiol, and Nico O'Reilly steps in to quickly tap. O'Reilly quickly steps in there to make that tap home, and Manchester City fine. They equalize. Pep Guardiola goes to have a quick word with Pep Linders, the former Liverpool assistant coach. Look at that delivery. Rancheki. It was connected by Josko Vardiol. Thibaut Courtois couldn't keep it away from the reach of Nico O'Reilly. And it was tapped home. Once again, Madrid letting loose their defensive guy. City punishes them. Real Madrid won, Manchester City won. Eustace.
Well, definitely VAR will look at this goal. A few technical issues to deal with. We saw Antonio Rudiger, and I was wondering, where's Rudiger in the mix of all that aerial brouhaha? But you look at that, was there a foul in there? Because Rudiger seems to have been intentionally dragged down for that space creation for Man City. I don't know if VAR will look at it, but no, that it will be a clean goal. That is a good goal. I think it won't count. A few mafia tactics there, but then again, on a big night in the UEFA Champions League, you need your biggest men to step up to the occasion. 1-1 well deserved, and Kelvin, my predictions are coming through. Goals for both sides, and I think we still have a couple more to come.
A couple more to come. 37 minutes played. And it's Real Madrid 1, Manchester City 1. Rodrigo with the ball. Raymond, good goal from Manchester City. Madrid once again letting their guys down defensively.
Well, I think that I would put the blame down to Thibaut Courtois because he should have done better with that header. If you are not going to save that ball, you as much as possible kick that ball out of play, right further away from any attacking player. He parried that ball right into the path of Riley. He had a very simple tapping to do, and he got a goal for Man City. I think that Thibaut Courtois would look at that goal and say, well, he let his team down at that particular moment.
Well, let's see how things will pan out with the final 8 minutes of this. Up 45. He continues in there. Manchester City with the ball. 5 attempts from Madrid, just 1 on target. City with 2, but all the 2 have been on target and they have a goal. Rodrigo with the ball down the right-hand side, but he leaves it down the left to find Jude Bellingham. Carreras giving him a space, but decides to go to Vinicius. And once again wasted. Madrid not making use of the runs from Carreras on the left-hand side. It's quite surprising.
Well, I think it has to do this. It has to do with whether the players believe he can actually deliver that final ball into the box for a decisive touch. And so with these things, it will take time for Carreras to end the confidence of some of the offensive players. But I think that he's making very good runs, and sooner rather than later, he's going to get onto one good ball and possibly deliver an assist that could decide this game. So he should keep making the runs, and I'm sure at a point he'll get a chance to influence this game one way or the other.
Okay, played, and it's a quick ball from Thibaut Courtois to find Aurelien Tchouameni. Gets in a quick one to Rodrigo with a quick touch back to his captain, Fede Valverde. Finds Rodrigo again. Rodrigo looking at making that pass, but it's going to be a throw-in. Nico O'Reilly making sure that pass wasn't going to go through to find Fede Valverde. And it's a quick one to Dani Ceballos. Ceballos goes all the way back to Aurelien. Goes with a quick pass to find Carreras. Carreras tells Vinicius, slow down, I can't make that pass. All the channels seem to have been blocked. And Madrid will retreat. Thibaut Courtois goes down his right-hand side and he finds Asensio. Asensio to his captain, Valverde. Valverde back to Asensio. Thibaut Courtois. Dani Ceballos wanted that ball, but the ball quickly spread to Carreras. Couldn't have a very good control of it, and Manchester City win possession. Matheus Nunes defines Cheki. Cheki to Diaz. Ruben Diaz steps forward. He has lost his Nico Gonzalez. Very good shield of the ball down his right-hand side. He finds Ryan Cheki. Cheki weighing his options. Ryan Cheki. He's been the creative spark in this City team, playing down from the right. Nico Gonzalez. Josko Vardiol. Space play down the left-hand side. It's Jeremy Doku. Doku trying to outwit his men. He gets inside the penalty area. But Rudiger saying to have brought down Erling Haaland. But referee says nothing doing. Game continues. Quick ball down the right hand side. Rancheki on the ball. Jude Bellingham. Ball back to Nico Gonzalez. Gonzalez quickly rolls it down the left hand side. Anthony Rudiger. Still piling that pace, making sure that he's not too far away from Erling Haaland. Josko Vardio quickly rolls it down to his left. He finds Jeremy Doku out to his marker. But that pass is blocked there by Fede Valverde. It's going to be a corner kick. Now City will have a look at that penalty incident. And was it really a penalty, Raymond?
Well, if the referee had paid a bit more attention and possibly if VAR had drawn the referee's attention to it, that easily could have been a penalty. But Erling Haaland in this game has been in battles with Asensio. He's been in battles with Rudiger. He hasn't been given an inch in this game. He hasn't been given any breathing space in this game. And Erling Haaland, interestingly, for close to 40 minutes, is yet to hit a shot on target or even hit a shot. And I think at this point, it's going to be a penalty check. And if Man City are lucky, this could just be given as a penalty. And it will be full credit to Erling Haaland. And now he's actually tormented the defense, despite the fact that he's not had a clear shot on goal or he's not had a chance on goal. I think that he's been a handful for the Real Madrid defenders. And this could just be decided by the VAR as a potential penalty.
Clement Tapel quickly go down to the VAR screen, the pitch side monitor to take a look. Eustace, is this a penalty?
Well, looks like it will have to be the discretion of the referee. Well, that was a tussle. I think it's probably going to be a penalty. And yes, award to Manchester City. In this day and age of VAR, such tackles cannot be missed. So that is a penalty. Antonio Rudiger, I did say, always had a mistake or two about him. And against Erling Haaland, that mistake has shown. So penalty, Manchester City. And if you went for 3 goals or more, you should be smiling, because looks like we are almost there.
Well, let's see how things went out. 42 minutes. Real Madrid 1, Manchester City 1. Thibaut Courtois would have to face Erling Haaland for this penalty, and City could be going 2-1 up. We'll wait to see whether he's missed or he scored. And Erling Haaland with the penalty. He's missed a couple this season. Erling Haaland against Thibaut Courtois. Haaland ain't there. And he scores. Sends Thibaut Courtois the wrong way. And Manchester City have scored, consolidating the 1 goal they scored to equalize. And they have 2 goals now. Real Madrid 1, Manchester City 2. Brilliant penalty from Haaland to give Manchester City the lead. Madrid on a very tight rope now.
Well, Haaland from the spot on any day will bury the ball. And this is actually his first shot on target. First shot on target, first goal for Erling Haaland. And this is what you get from prolific strikers like this. This is goal number 6 for him in the Champions League. And when you get a penalty like this at a crucial moment like this, you expect no player other than Erling Haaland to plant that ball at the back of the net for you. He's done the business for City, and City deserve to be ahead. Erling Haaland has been in battles with Asensio. He's been in battles with Rudiger, and one of those battles resulted in that penalty there. It's been a handful for Real Madrid defenders, and I think that the longer this game continues, if Real Madrid keep an eye on Erling Haaland, they might be committing a few more fouls. But it's game on. We promised there were going to be lots of goals in this one, and I'm not surprised we've had 3 goals in the first half already.
Absolutely, and it is Real Madrid who are down. And Man City have flipped the game on its head. Erling Brute Haaland was applying brute force to get Man City back in the game, and that's exactly what they've done. 44 minutes on the clock. We are still live here on Sporty 106.1 FM from the Hisense Showroom at East Legon. The crowd is ecstatic. The atmosphere is electric. Real Madrid 1, Man City 2. Yusuf Niakwe, what's going on across the other grounds?
Across the grounds is almost half-time at the San Mamés. Athletic Bilbao have still not been able to break through PSG. the European champions, dominating that game. No goals as of now by Leverkusen, also lead Newcastle United by 1 goal. Benfica lead Napoli, also 1 goal to 0. Club Brugge 0, Arsenal 1. Borussia Dortmund have conceded the equalizer. It's 1-1 at the Signal Iduna. But here Man City come on the counter-attack. Erling Haaland, great passage of play. A double save by Thibaut Courtois. What a game we have on our hands. Juventus also have not been able to score against Pafos in Turin. And in our feature game, it's end-to-end action as Man City missed a big opportunity to go 2 goals clear at the Santiago Bernabeu.
Absolutely, that was a massive double play from Thibaut Courtois. His heroics were required to ensure that Real Madrid were not buried any further. Man City will not relent. A throw-in from the right side, and that will be out again from Carreras to give Man City another opportunity to get the ball into the box. And they have revived their chances of walking away with 3 points from this game. Real Madrid are falling asleep and needs to wake up, and Man City with the ball. Ball to the right side of the D. Man City are stringing the passes together back to Jasco Guardiola. Looks for a long one forward. Is that offside? It's not. But Man City would string the passes together. Long ball into the box. And Thibaut Courtois will pick that up like Peter Piper picked a pair of Pico Pepe. We are still live right here. Raymond Yamado, Real Madrid, tactically, where have they been deficient to allow Man City back in?
Well, I think that they have done almost everything right in this game, but for that player, Haaland, who's been very difficult for them, he's been a handful for them. You look at how they've played, they've been able to block the spaces, they've been able to limit supplies from Jeremy Doku, they've been able to keep Phil Foden quiet in the game, they've been able to limit the impact of Ryan Cherki and the likes. But once you have a player like Erling Haaland, who seems to be a handful for you at any point in time in the game, you'd always have that trouble. You look at that first goal they conceded, I put it down to defensive lapses in the penalty box and Thibaut Courtois failing to deal decisively with the header. And I think the second goal, a penalty. I think that Real Madrid haven't done too much wrong in this game, but as the story of the season has been for them, they've considered in most games they've played. You look at the last game they played against Celta Vigo, they conceded 2 goals. The last game they played in the Champions League, they conceded 3 against Olympiacos, and clearly Real Madrid haven't been able to keep teams quiet in this season's Champions League and even in the league. So it's been one of those seasons for them. They may come good as the season progresses. Maybe they'll need a transfer window or 2. The likes of Dean Houston have been missing due to injury. Carvajal and the likes are knowing. So a bit of injuries have troubled them. But I think in this game they've been decent. But for the quality of Haaland, I think that they could have found a way to keep a clean sheet in this one.
So they could have found a way. It's almost 3 minutes on the clock of time. When the ball goes forward, but Diaz will head that out, mop it up beautifully. Man City would want to go into the halftime break, but then again they have an opportunity to get one back. But Real Madrid will win it back in the middle of the park. Ding-dong battle, and finally the halftime whistle will go. And it is halftime at the Santiago Bernabeu. Real Madrid are down on the cush. It's Manchester City who had to come from a goal down. It's Man City 2, Real Madrid 1. Kobe Perry will go into the crowd, have a chit-chat, and measure all the sentiments right here at the Hisense Showroom at East Legon.
All right, so definitely we're getting fan zone reactions. Some of the people who gave the predictions for the first half are still here. I want to talk to the Barca boys. I want to talk to the Roma. Charlie, you know the goal will cry. What's it like? What's you? You know the food game. Why you know the food game? The commentary no food. You want watch them without the commentary. Big man, where am I Madrid fan? What's it there? Better do. Madrid now my better do Anna.
Oh yeah, Madrid have a better.
First half Anna.
First half, yeah, 5,000.
Charlie. If you want the side, I say Corey bet. It's some fans on reactions. Us. How far? How they give they go for you?
Oh, they go.
You They go well. You sure? You be Madrid fan or you be City fan?
I'm a City fan.
You they do against?
Yeah,
You came out.
I go here for Sanko fan.
Sanko. You be Barca fan. The Barca boys they come there and play it like that.
You see, Madrid they know the pets. They figure they win.
Madrid more know the respect.
They know the pets. They know the pets.
Hey, Charlie. All right. Do I have any Real Madrid fans here? You Real Madrid fan here?
Yeah.
Charlie, look like you make disappointed small.
Oh, that one they do.
Charlie, they say you they sweat too. They say you they sweat, Charlie.
I mean the pressure. So
you know they go well. Yeah. What is wrong with your team?
Charlie, the rotations be too much.
The rotations be too much. So it be coaching problem.
Yeah.
So you two, they believe say Alonso out.
If we maintain the formations, then things are the winning team.
Okay, so Xavier maintained the formations for a couple of games. So what? Formidable team, right?
Yeah.
What do you think Real Madrid should do in the second half to be able to win this game?
Well, I think that Rudiger should be subbed off so that Juan Martin will come inside.
So they should sub Rudiger.
Yeah.
All right. Are you blaming him for the penalty?
Well, I'm not blaming him, but for the past games, he hasn't been that fit.
He hasn't been that fit, and then the performance is not up there, right?
Yeah.
All right, sure. Thank you very much, sir. Do you think, or do you still believe that Real Madrid can do the remontada and win this game?
Oh, Real Madrid, they always come back.
Real Madrid is always come back, right?
90 minutes at the Bernabeu is never over until Real Madrid wins.
Charlie, they say 90 minutes at the Bernabeu is never over until Real Madrid wins. So we are looking forward to that. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Hey, Charlie, you sure say you be City fan? You be City fan? How old are you?
16.
And you are a City fan? Hey, Charlie, this one you sure you don't be agenda?
Nah.
You are not a Barca fan?
Nah.
You are not you are a Chelsea fan?
How can I be Chelsea fan?
You are a Manchester City fan?
Manchester City, full one.
Full one. So is Manchester City winning this Champions League?
We are winning it.
You are sure? You are winning this game?
This game, we are winning. Correct score, 3-1.
Correct score be 3-1. Who go add the last goal?
Foden.
Phil Foden. But he has been absent in the first half. We know they see himself, then pocket him.
You see, he's playing the midfield, so...
Okay, so he's playing central. See? So when he's... Yeah. Charlie, you'll be proper City fan. You'll be proper City fan. Solid. Hey, where my agenda people they against one way? Basa, against one way. Against one. Charlie. Agenda boys. You are against be from Chelsea or be from Barca?
Barca.
Come. But yesterday you can't win your match. Why you there here today they can't do against?
Boss, me how many scores? I do like 5.
They have scored Madrid 5.
Foden no score go. Hala no score go. Ekisam no score go. So I score like 5.
Like 5? Charlie, you be wicked though.
First half cry be 2-1 half cry. I see the ball.
Relax. Charlie, you see the man vex you. They vex you. For calm down. So you are saying 5-1. Hey, Charlie, you okay? So 5-1. No? You do SportyBet. You get SportyBet. Shop. You drop 18.
I drop 8.
You drop 18. So you defeat bet. So take the 5-1 go SportyBet right now. They put up. You understand? So you go chop something small. You don't be chop play too. You understand? Come on. All right. Hey. Chelsea for no, Chelsea for her. Arsenal for her. Chelsea for her. Hey, Liverpool fans, hey, come. You really Liverpool fan, come. So as Liverpool fan there, why they do against Madrid?
Any team that meets Madrid, like I just want.
You just know they like Madrid. Sake of them take Arnold or what?
Arnold be 1.
What again?
2. I just the team.
The Madrid fans they vex you.
Then they vex me past because all the time you want.
But then get the 15 stars.
That's why I hate any team where we play against them.
They hate any team where go play. Any team where they go play.
Support any team where go play against them.
So so what be the scores for this particular one?
3-1.
3-1. Who go add the last goal?
I don't really City fan, so I don't know who go.
I don't really they care.
Yeah,
You just don't want make bad lose.
Just lose.
Okay, so the film where you get to know, one or two things you understand.
Go straight to already.
You go straight to win give Man City. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. Let's take zone reactions. All right. I want a Chelsea fan. I want a Chelsea fan. I want a Chelsea fan. Any Chelsea fan here? Any Chelsea fan? Any Chelsea fan here? Then they were. Okay. I see Chelsea fan. I go there. Chelsea fan. I go there. Chelsea. Oh, make you know right. Make you. I come. Oh, calm down. Oh, make you know right. Calm down. Oh. Why you deny your team? Come. You mean? Come. I want the Chelsea fans. Come. Bra. Boss, who come. Nobody go take a motor. Come. Nobody come. Nobody go take a motor. Come. I don't want it for here. Come. The blues. Why say Chelsea lose? All of you they hide. At the Chelsea fan, you they sit here, you they act like you know be Chelsea fan. Why say you lose? You put they hide. 2 seconds, we are Club World Cup champions and a world champions. You put lose one game, you put they hide. We know they see you again. Bossu, yesterday you offer.
Oh, Charlie, yesterday when I give maybe bad performance from our
Performance or be coach.
To me, they be the coach. All the problem be the coaching.
The whole problem is Enzo Maresca.
Yeah, Enzo Maresca.
But Chelsea fans, you know they talk true. You score Barca, you say Enzo Maresca be better than Hansi Flick. Now you lose small. Now you say Enzo Maresca. Charlie.
It just be how he played the formation.
But you score. As you score first, yesterday I did here. As you score first, you post say yeah, you be better team. But all of a sudden you lose now. You say hey, that coach sir, how?
Oh, the squad where it takes start the match safe. We the fans, we know they happy. Where the game where they did some crowd they play. Some people play now they did the game inside. They play anything, but it's still they where you go do some wrong substitution. Where at the end of the day.
The way they talk say wrong substitution there, you it means say you be more than coach or you they go coaching school, Charlie. The way they attack the coach, they go coaching school.
It be very easy, like even if like they give me the chance to coach, yes.
You play against Atlanta, it be easy game.
Oh, it be easy game.
But you easy game.
Because of the coach, our coach is not good enough for
Charlie. You see, if your team you go explain tire. You they explain. Oh, Charlie. Maresca out there.
Out.
All right. If it this guy where they look for, I the talk say I they look for Chelsea fans. You make a camp pass here. You the wear Chelsea jersey. You they hide. All of you they hide. Chelsea fans, you they hide. You they hide for Chelsea fans. You lose your game, they can't do against for here. All right. This is the man I want to talk to. All right. So your first half prediction was 2-1, and then you got it correct. 2-1 against Madrid. How do you feel? You feel better. But why the against you they do no? You take them World Cup like that. Why? The against you they do, you take them too serious. Why? They say if Chelsea score you, they say if you Barca fan. If you Barca fan. Madrid where you they do them again, he score you. He not score you.
He score him, I'll score 5-0.
If you catch him, you go score 5-0. See, calm down. The Chelsea fans say of them score you 3. That's why they pay you say Madrid go progress. That's why you today here they do against. It be true.
If Madrid score, you don't score me, I go do against.
If Madrid score you or you don't score you still go do against.
Every day.
All day, every day. If you dey sleep safe.
Against. I dey die. Against.
You dey die safe. Yes. Bossu, come. Come. Yebekachi, relax, Yebekachi. For the past 3 months, they be a meshebo habia. Oh, how we against? Chelsea. Who are Gallon Bini? Gallon way.
match.
Into my next match, we're winning.
Say you problem back up. So you actually edging down. Europe team behind over to me.
The whole Europe team behind to me and to me Chelsea.
Say Chelsea, your coach need to edge.
All right. But person may catch us saying, "Unkano krewo, unkano kra." When you tell me say unkano kra, many who interviewer will say Enzo Maresca, the whole world, no best coach. You are correct. If the other now someone,
your coach or your best coach. Do baby or your mistakes. And right a match you know about players be more who he has said so do am.
Hey. Players be no. A champion.
Akrashi on news or Bobby.
And Tosi Munyana Bobby.
Tosi ba ma me catch am say ya be share.
Ah, Chelsea fans. Tosin no then I am Tosin at the rare no I am then.
No, or you're a good player, but first of all, or Kotako on Jane.
Or Kotako on Jane. Or Kofu, sir.
Or Kofu.
Like, so, or like on Jane. It's maybe some question. Tosin, any Rudiger, one I wait to see.
Oh, Mefa Rudiger.
Hey, Charlie. All right, Charlie, big shouts. See, Hala Madrid. Hey, Charlie, I said, Vim ni confirm. Me say, Hala Madrid. Charlie, we see Mbappe, Anna. Make them bring Mbappe, make you win the match. They're going to bring Mbappe. Calm down. They're going to bring him. What's it? I want to listen to you better. I want to hear you. Ocho Musika. Cause SportyBet. Go SportyBet right now. Oh, if I go SportyBet, that's where the money plenty. Go SportyBet. That's where the money plenty. You understand? Go SportyBet right now. Then take. I don't want to talk to this guy. Yes. I know say be against you. They do. If you fool Madrid, why they stand here? They bleed like that. Why they bleed like that?
Me and vex Rudiger. Me and vex him. He for play that then starts.
You sure? So give me 2 times.
2 times score. Oh, so they know go do back.
You go do comeback. Hey.
Yeah. Oh, they know. But see, once the people they can't do again, or they know.
So you go do. All right. The general, the fans still believe that Madrid will do a remontada. So over to you.
Absolutely. Welcome back. Eustace, you want to take us around the grounds before we go on?
Well, no major changes at halftime. Just as it were, Athletic Bilbao at the San Mamés against PSG 0-0. Bayer Leverkusen against Newcastle. The Germans in the lead over there. And Benfica also have taken the lead against Napoli 1-0. Club Brugge 0. Arsenal 1. Borussia Dortmund 1. Bodo Glimt 1. Juventus 0. Pafos 0. And in our feature game at the Santiago Bernabeu, Real Madrid are down by 1-2 against Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. It had been coming. Real Madrid took early on in the game, but Man City leveling up and Erling Haaland giving them that lead through the penalty kick. It promises to be a very interesting second half. You look at the lineups they started with. Then you are tempted to look at the bench. Man City have Savinho if they want to stretch the game out wide. Nuri, the left back, is there for them also. Oscar Bob, the Norwegian. Rico Lewis and Omar Mamouche, Tijani Reinders, all substitutes for Pep Guardiola. You can be certain, and is always available. I've always said, so certain we will have a few more goals before the 90th minute is struck, Kosi.
Absolutely. With the kind of that we've had, we would. Raymond has been keeping a keen eye on that game as well. And Manchester City have been disciplined. Real Madrid have had their spells. But the second half is upon us. Raymond Yamado, what complexion of game are we looking at?
Well, I think that for Real Madrid, their work is well cut out for them. They have to chase this game. Now, Fran Garcia has been anonymous in this game. He hasn't influenced this game in any way. And you would wonder why Kylian Mbappe, the man who scored lots of goals for Real Madrid in the Champions League this season, is still on the bench. And so I think that in the next few minutes, we might see Kylian Mbappe, maybe in the 60th minute, if Real Madrid are still not getting a goal, we might see Kylian Mbappe come in and influence things. But Real Madrid would have to chase this game, and that is where they would get vulnerable. Man City, knowing they have the lead already, and knowing very well that they don't need all 3 points, would want to keep it very simple and try to hit Real Madrid on the counter-attack. And so that's the kind of game we might possibly be seeing right about now.
Absolutely, that's the game that to see right about now. Second half has kicked off. Real Madrid through Rodrigo Goes on the ball. Swivels through the middle of the park, goes all the way back to that defense where Chouameni will go to Rudiger. Rudiger to the left. Alvaro Carreras. Can he caress the ball forward? He does. And Real Madrid will win. A throw-in on the left side. Eustace Akwe, do you have any updates for us?
Yes, of course. In the early parts of the second half, league log, and I've only conceded 1 goal all tournament long. That is a major feat, Kosi.
Absolutely. Chukuno Madueke and Sharon Arsenal consolidate their lead. The updates keep pouring in. Once again, Eustace Niokwe.
All right, so it looks like Benfica have doubled their money against Napoli. Barrero with the goal for them. 2-0 to Napoli. Really struggling. Antonio Conte's men.
So Napoli are being squeezed in Naples. Somebody who said that Naples are being squeezed in Napoli. However you want to understand it. That's exciting out here. But Man City on the attack now. Bernardo Silva on the right side. Slows it down considerably. Goes to the right. And Ryan Cherky. Watch that go out. It's probably because Erling Haaland is on the turf. Worrying signs for Man City, Raymond.
Well, I think that this is not a situation that Man City fans and Pep Guardiola would want to see. It's not a sight they want to behold. And if Haaland is injured, Man City would have lots of issues, not just in this game, but in subsequent games in the Premier League and also in other competitions. Well, I think that this is not one of those injuries that could trouble him. This is not one of those injuries that could keep him out of the team. It's an injury that he could run off in the next. We could see Haaland back to his best, and already you can see him running back, and I think that he's ready to do battle. But Man City cannot afford to have Erling Haaland injured at any point in time this season.
Absolutely, his crown jewels are safe. That we can be sure of. The King of Joe has joined us. The King of Joe, what happened to your team yesterday?
Charlie, past tense. Let's focus on Man City Madrid. If I talk right now, I'll go beat my Maresca. So he deflects like the team, but we go catch him. We go blow him jaw.
The King of Joe wants to blow Maresca's jaw, but Man City will look to blow away Real Madrid. Ball to the left. Jeremy Doku takes on his man. Can he swivel in the box? Sure. He takes on his man once again. 1-2. Bellies into the box, and Real Madrid do clear. Can they hit Man City on the counter attack? Ball forward. Vinicius Jr. No, Rodrigo Goes once again. Goes around this man. But Real Madrid, Man City will mop this up very beautifully in the middle of the park. And they would be calm on the ball now. They are in total control of this game. Eustace Niakwe. Now Pep Guardiola will be comfortable.
Yes, he is comfortable, largely in charge of the tie. And you do feel Real Madrid have planned to attack on the counter. Rodrigo very sharp there. They worry also of the Erling Haaland. The penalty kick hasn't had any big chances to open play. So in as much as Real Madrid want to attack on the counter, they still want to keep Man City at bay. They are fighting on 2 fronts. And it looks like it's going to be a very long night. Just about 40 minutes remain in the tie. But this will go down to the rest assured.
So Eustace Akwe says this will go down to the wire. But now it be Real Madrid with the wire. Man City with the ball forward. Jeremy Doku takes on Asensio. He swivels past him. Ball into the box. And Real Madrid do clear. Carreras, fantastic defending. Great play from Alvaro Carreras. Strides forward. Fights his man in Vinicius Jr. He takes on his man as well. Can he get a ball into the box? On the edge, Rodrigo. He wants to shoot. He doesn't. Bellingham. And he's chipped out for the goalkeeper. Bellingham should have done better, Raymond Amador.
Well, I think that was a very decisive move. That was slick passing for Real Madrid. They got all forward. All the dangerous men, they got them forward. They were able to do all the right things apart from that final finish. Bellingham clearly should have done better with that chance. It was an opportunity for him to actually get back to scoring ways, get back onto the score sheet, but he fluffed his lines. I think that Real Madrid will create a few more chances, and it will take a bit of time, but it won't be too long before Real Madrid get that crucial equalizer or find a way to get back into this game.
Absolutely. Alvaro Carreras has been a gem so far for Real Madrid. Alvaro Carreras.
Yeah, literally Madrid's best player this season. Very, very consistent this season. And playing so well. Just unfortunate that this season, the Madrid defense has not been so solid. So you cannot pinpoint him and say that he's doing so well and leave the defense. But I think that they are playing quite well as a team without killing Mbappe. Not to say Mbappe is not a good player or a star boy, but you can see that there is more organization in the Madrid build-up and defense whilst Mbappe is not around. In that being said, the guy that has replaced Mbappe is also playing quite well and pressing very well. I don't know why Mbappe, Bellingham didn't. I don't know why Bellingham missed that chance. But if you go for shots, they're even trying to chip this ball. When you go had all the chance in the world to shoot at goal, but he passed you and you squandered that ball. So for me, I think the game is very, very open now, and the tempo of the game has also increased there.
Real Madrid on the attack. Rodrigo Goes, man in the number 11 shed. Can he get one into the box? Swivels past his man, and he shoots, and it goes right over the bar. And his end-to-end stuff now uses Niakwe. Is this the kind of game you expect to see in the second half?
Of course, with a score at 2-1, you know the home team, Real Madrid, and the fact that the roof is closed. Last time the roof was closed, it didn't go too well in the Champions League. But tonight, you know, they will give it their everything. Jude Bellingham, big opportunity to get back on level pegging. But however, let me just announce that at the Signal Iduna, Borussia Dortmund have retaken the lead. It's 2-1 after 55 minutes. And it looks like the goals finally are coming home to roost.
Absolutely, the goals are going in. But then again, the tackles are going in here at the Estadio Santiago Bernabeu. Man City lead 2-1 against the Los Blancos. The Whites of Spain, they are looking to build in from the back. Ball to the right side of defense. Real Madrid, can they find any incursions right here? Aurelian Tchouameni finds Jude Bellingham, who goes back to Tchouameni. Goes all the way to the left to Jude Bellingham. He finds Carreras, who's had a fantastic game so far for Real Madrid. Real Madrid will ping the ball across the back line, looking for that opening. Manchester City are resolute, very disciplined, keeping their own, keeping their resolve. We are still live right here at the Hisense Showroom on Sporty 106.1 FM. Coca-Cola are here as well. Yusuf Niakwe, do you have any more updates?
And of course, the two army away in Germany have equalized. Tony God, the man on target for them. Scoreline is now Bayer Leverkusen 1, Newcastle United 1. It was from the penalty spot, Kosi.
Absolutely. Anthony Gordon gets that goal. I mean, what a blistering winger he's been. We look at that Bellingham chance again. He was trying to be too elaborate. Should he just have shot that into the bottom corner, Raymond?
Well, he should have taken the easier option, but I think that, again, Donnarumma made himself a bit big, and Donnarumma, any day come out of the box to make a save, he always has a way of, getting strikers to panic or change their minds. And so I think that he thought the lob or the chip was going to do better. But as always, when strikers find themselves in this position, there's always a lot that runs through their minds. And he thought the option he chose was the best. It's just that the execution didn't go according to plan. I think that Bellingham, with another opportunity, will do better. I'm expecting Real Madrid to come back into this game. But looking at how the game has opened up, it looks very much like Man City could take advantage of the spaces that Real Madrid are leaving behind whilst trying to chase this game. Could get very dangerous for them. If they concede a third goal, it's game over for Real Madrid.
Absolutely, hope they wouldn't, but the game is getting very physical. Both teams are lunging into the tackles. The Man City players won't let it down. Real Madrid as well know there's a lot at stake. But one man who will be keeping a keen eye on this is Xabi Alonso. Should he have anything to worry about the King of Jaw?
Perimus, if he loses this game, he might face the sack. So I think by now on the bench, he's thinking and trying to find solutions and get the equalizer. At best, a draw, he might save his job. But if he loses this game, the tabloids in Spain are going to be all over him and be asking for the sack. Because if you look at the way Doku is playing, I think after the marriage, he's playing quite well. We are seeing a different Doku. And if he can add productivity to his game, maybe we can see probably a potentially world-class winger in him. Because the take-ons are complete, the pace and energy is there. But after Doku, he lacks a lot in that. So maybe if that also improves, we have a fine winger in ourselves there.
Absolutely, the Belgian Kamaldeen Sulemana in Doku. But then again, everybody is looking on. Xabi Alonso is a worried man, pacing up and down the sidelines. But Man City will pace, look into the box. Can they get one too? But fantastic play on the edge. But Real Madrid will give it everything. Ball for it to Vinicius Jr. He's looking for Gonzalo Garcia, who has been anonymous. But I mean, Mbappe, could it be a fitness issue? And would we see him come on anytime soon?
Well, I'm sure we will get at least half an hour for Kylian Mbappe, arguably the best player in the world at the moment. And no tactician will be right not to start him. It looks like something. Maybe they didn't want to announce it, but it looks like there's a muscle injury or something of the sort to Kylian Mbappe. But Arsenal have scored their third goal. They have scored their third goal against Club Brugge. It's Gabriel Martinelli on target, 3-0 for the Gunners. That is game, set, and match. This is still SportyFM 106.1 megahertz.
Definitely, we are live on Sporty and Eustace for the limitations. For those of you that want to go out there and make a good living out of watching football, what should they do in the second half?
Well, in this second half, it's clear that we are after the goals. Goals, and goals. I think Real Madrid may probably be the most likely to score. The next goal option, whichever team gets the next goal is available on the SportyBet app. It has a decent odd for Real Madrid. You should look into it if you are a Panther. Massive opportunity. If you think Real Madrid will come back to actually win this, you are looking at an odd of 11.00. That is massive. That is 1,100% on your investment. So it's good for you. If you think there will be another goal, that's at 1.25. If you think there will be two more goals, at least that is at 2.20. So the SportyBet app is the place to be if you are an investor, if you want to make some profits or some dividend.
Absolutely. Real Madrid are about to make a change. Garcia is going to come off and he's going to be replaced by Ada Gule. To show you that perhaps Kylian Mbappe has an issue.
Well, from reports that I just picked up, he has muscle injuries that have troubled him all week. So he's on the bench because he has an issue with his muscles. I don't know if he's fit to play, but for as long as this game travels without Real Madrid finding the back of the net, he may be forced to just give him an opportunity to play. Now, that muscle injury could hinder his chances of playing in this game. But as always, we'll wait and see. For as long as the scoreline remains 2-1 and Mbappe stays on the bench, you would always try to you would always expect Alonso to take a risk. And maybe we'll see him on, but the reason why he's not playing is because he has a muscle injury.
Absolutely, Man City shoots right into the box, look for a penalty. But you can't get a penalty if you bring your own man down. Rudiger with a long launch forward. And Bellingham misses that. And Vinicius Jr., can he take on his man? 2 against 3 for Man City. And that is the worst pass in football history. The worst pass ever since football was invented has just been delivered by Vinicius Jr. Eustace Niakoi. That was horrible from a player of his caliber.
Well, Vinicius Jr., I've said that in games like this, you need to make a statement of intent. Rodrigo started brilliantly, but I think Vinicius has been a bit off. He's faded away in the latter parts of the first half. He will need to improve. That is actually very poor. This is world-class standards, and you don't make errors as mediocre as this.
Absolutely. I mean, Sergio Manucho will easily complete that pass with his eyes closed. But again, Vinicius Jr. couldn't. But Doku will look to complete a dribble on the left side, takes on his man, goes to the edge of the box. Nico O'Reilly, goal scorer for Man City. O'Reilly, did he go to O'Reilly Secondary School? We do not know. Goes all the way back to Diaz. Diaz back to Matias Nunes. Channel to Bernardo Silva, who's been absolutely everywhere. He's been only present for this Man City team. And Man City will string the passes together comfortably once again. Bernardo Silva, the Portuguese metronome, on the ball. Goes back to Diaz. Diaz goes all the way back. And it will be a strike back. And Man City have dominated possession. 55% of the game has been on their feet. Gobbles all the way forward. And Man City have settled in. The King of Joe, tactically, if you're Xabi Alonso, what would you be looking to change with your team down, with almost an hour to go gone?
Yeah, of course. So as you can see, he has made a tactical sub here. So we can see that Vinicius Junior has moved a little bit central, so that Dagula will occupy the left out spaces, so that he can start providing from there. But the question is that can Vinicius Junior operate as number 9 and be clinical enough for them today? During the club work, we saw him play as a false 9, where he was pressing quite well off the ball, but on the ball, again, in central areas. Look at that pass that he gave in the central position. So I think he needs to be complemented by Valverde and some of the midfielders before he can get at least something from Vinicius Junior. But for now, I think it's a bad approach to play Vinicius Junior as a number 9.
So Jeremy Doku coming close to giving Real Madrid another goal. Fantastic wing play. And Doku has been a demon. He's been a thorn in the flesh of this Real Madrid team. And I just said after the marriage, things are going well, Raymond.
Well, I think that Jeremy Doku's quality has never been in doubt. The only challenge had been his final balls, the final delivery into the box had been a bit of a challenge. But he's been able to get over that in recent times. And we are as explosive as possible, doing the job for Manchester City. That was a good effort for him. That was a good opportunity for him to get a goal. That was a good play from Manchester City. The ball from Donnarumma, finding Jeremy Doku on the flanks. And he actually skinned his marker to ensure that he got a good chance on goal. That was a good play for him. And this is what you'd expect Man City to be doing. Once they have the lead, they don't want to exert too much. They don't want to, as much as possible, run this Madrid team down once they stretch them up. And once they get stretched, you can expect Man City to take full advantage of the spaces that will be left for them. And so, good play for Manchester City. We are expecting more of this from them as the game progresses.
Absolutely, we expect a lot more from them. That's if Phil Foden stops them placing passes. But Real Madrid will build once again. Aurelien Chouameni, the makeshift who plays for the Belgian national team. The Red Devil has been a demon for Man City. A speed one at that on the left of side of the attack. He's been impervious. He's been sensational. He's been under the skins of the Real Madrid defense. But Eustace, do you have any updates from across the grounds?
Well, no updates now. United got back on level again, still at 1-1. Doubled their lead before the break against Napoli. That was at 2-0, 66 minutes. Arsenal still lead by 3-0. Borussia Dortmund, like I did mention earlier, have taken the lead against Bodo Glimt. It's 2-1. Juventus have finally scored against Pafos. 1-0 for Juve. And in our feature game, here at the Hisense Showroom, we are witnessing Real Madrid, who are down against Manchester City. Hopefully more goals to come. Jeremy Doku having the time of his life on that wing, running the show completely.
Jeremy Doku on the ball, goes back, doesn't search for it this time around, and Man City will slow things down. And now, Sales, they would look to ride the tide and slow it down very, very nicely. And Real Madrid are preparing another change, and I can assure you that that change is not Kylian Mbappe. And Xabi Alonso will be sitting on tenterhooks. But the King of Joe, are you one of the people that believe this Real Madrid job came too soon? Xabi Alonso.
I won't say that. I think I've always been saying that the profiles Madrid have, they always lack some tactical flexibility. And that's been always the Achilles heel of any coach and Adam. And so Xabi Alonso has a lot of variations and approach in his tactics. So for him to come to this team, he was always going to have time or need time for these players to adapt to his tactical approaches. And that has been the difficult for most of the Madrid players, because when you look at them as a national team, they often struggle with their coaches at the national team. So when they come to the club side, Doku is cooking, Kosi. That's a foul ball. Doku is really cooking today. So, Kosi, the big problem here is that the Madrid players have not been able to adapt to the tactical variations of Xabi Alonso. That has been the biggest problem for them so far.
Absolutely. Jeremy Doku is brought down. Jeremy Doku is in the form of his life. I mean, just imagine, this man used to play on the opposite wing with Kamaldeen Sulemana. They were torturing defenses in France, but then again, their paths were different. But Jeremy Doku wins a free kick for this Man City team. Jude Bellingham has half them pumped. He's been everywhere, but he's not had the effect he's supposed to have. And it is 65 minutes on the clock. Phil Foden stands behind this free kick. Do Man City have what it takes to get another one in? Real Madrid 1, Man City 2. Thibaut Courtois, Obekoto, on the bar. Whether he'll get it, it's another question. Phil Foden will launch a long one forward for Man City. He does, and that's a terrible free kick. Phil Foden has had a mixed game, Eustace. I mean, and ball goes forward, and that will be cleared out for a throw into Real Madrid.
Well, after 66 minutes, scoreline still remains same. We thought we'll get a quick goal from the break once we returned. Unfortunately not. We have played just about 20 minutes of the second half. And for the Panthers, a lot of you send in messages for updates on the Tibet app. The odd for Real Madrid to win is at 17.00. If you think Real Madrid will be able to pull a comeback, 10 cities gets you 170, 100 gets you 1,700. The SportyBet app is the place to be. You could be smiling. If you think there will be another goal before this game ends, currently out of 5-0, 3.25 if you still think 2 more goals, regardless of which direction it comes from. So, because he's looking good on the app for the Panthers. I see a lot of complaints about PSG also dominating their game, but not yet able to take the lead. Hopefully, PSG can do some magic before 90 minutes. But Real Madrid have a hole to dig themselves out of, Kosi.
And they've been absolutely pedestrian in the second half. Xabi Alonso, the Spaniard, former Real Madrid player himself, is screaming on the sidelines. He needs to get his team roaring. But so far, Jeremy Doku is having a time of his life on that left wing. I mean, what a player he's been. Jeremy Doku, I mean, he is having a great time. Real Madrid have to deal with him. And they will look for a long one cross field. Goes to Rodrigo, who switched to the left. Rodrigo, man in a number 11 shirt, strides forward. In the middle, Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz, who's just come on, finds Vinicius Jr., who's gone onto the right side of the attack. Real Madrid have it from this. There was a substitution made. We'll update you on that shortly. Brahim Diaz came on. We'll find out who he did come on for. And the ball goes to Rudiger. Rudiger is striding forward. Once again, number 22, Antonio Rudiger. Goes all the way to Arda Güler, the Turkish sensation. Goes back once again to Fran Garcia. Fran Garcia to Valverde. Arda Güler, can he find that pinhole pass? Real Madrid are just pinging the ball about. No purpose. Impressed Raymond with Man City's defensive resolution.
Well, I think that Man City have had issues defensively all season. They played one game against Leeds where they considered as many as 4. And so this team has had frailties at the back. But in this game, obviously without Mbappe, they've been able to keep their cool, because there hasn't been a typical number 9 that fold in that middle of the park or in that center box that could actually trouble them. That's why they've had a bit of joy. But you look at the substitutions that have come in. Arda Güler came in, he would have to play on the flanks. Brahim Diaz has come in, he came on for Ceballos. He also would have to come in and then do a job inside the middle of the park. And so the Man City team have had a lot of joy defensively, simply because of the absence of Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe being that feature in the penalty box would have given them lots of questions, would have asked lots of questions of that defense. But in the absence of Mbappe, I don't think that Garcia did any good job in there, and I don't think that Ada Goulart, that position, can't ask any questions of that Man City defense. So it's been fairly easy for them. They haven't had to deal with too much from the Real Madrid team. Vinicius Junior, who's had to actually carry this team on his shoulders, hasn't really been that player for them in this game. And I think that looking at how the game is going, it looks very much like if you are looking for the next team to score, it could be Manchester City and not Real Madrid.
Man City have made a raft of changes themselves. So Brahim Diaz came on for Dani Ceballos. Man City, they've brought on Tijani Rodriguez. They've also brought on Savinho. And they've brought on Omar Mamouche. Cherki, Haaland have gone off. I'll update you with the third one that has gone off as well. And Man City are injecting some pace into this team. And our Pep Guardiola knows this game is there for the taking, Eustace.
Well, he knows Real Madrid have an aim. They want to get a goal. That means that they will be vulnerable in defense. That red guard is there for the taking. And I'm so glad that he's not putting defensive substitutions. He still wants to go out there and get it done. Another goal you feel for Man City will show up. But in Turin, Juventus scored their second goal against Pafos. Juventus have scored their second goal. So it's 2-0 there. So the PSG game is the only one at the San Mamés that has not given us any goals yet. And surprise, surprise, the tsunami of Newcastle United have scored their second goal against Bayer Leverkusen.
Absolutely. Newcastle are cruising. So Haaland, Foden, and Cherki are replaced by Omar Mamouche, Savinho, and Tijani Reinders, respectively. Ball at the back once again. Real Madrid have it all to do. Their work is cut out. Xabi Alonso is wondering, what can I do? Is it going to be Kylian Mbappe, the savior, the messiah, the one who would come on? But the King of Joe, if Real Madrid don't get over the line with this one, would it point to the fact that Kylian Mbappe is the kingpin of this team, and without him they can't function?
Yeah, of course, it's going to be even difficult, because if you look at the subs that Pep has made, he's going for balance in the midfield, trying to balance the game and also enhance the pressing game for his side. That is why Haaland is off and Mamouche is in, and also Tijani has come in to get them balanced. But for Madrid, I mean, it's clearly an Mbappe team now. When he's not around, they lack goals. Even sometimes when he's around, he becomes a little bit selfish, and they don't even get the goals that they need. So for Mbappe, Madrid has become an Mbappe team. But today in the first half, they were playing like a team. But the defensive cohesion is not there for them to have that stability and flow. So he missing this game is a big problem, and he can't play this game. So they need that individual brilliance again from Rodrigo or Vinicius Junior or any of the midfielders, because the Pep sub is bringing some stability in the midfield. It's very difficult for them to penetrate and try and get the equalizer crossing. So dangerous grounds for Madrid as we speak now.
So you says you have more updates for us as we go along.
Surprise, surprise, at the Signal Iduna, Bodo Glimt have equalized again against Borussia. Scoreline is now 2-0. Dortmund have it all to do if they want to go home with all 3 points.
Absolutely. The yellow guys from Germany can't do it against the other yellow guys. But Real Madrid will look to do it against Man City. They have 27 minutes within which to dig deep and find an equalizer and perhaps a winner. Thibaut Courtois goes back, and Real Madrid with a long one forward. Do they have what it takes? Intricate passing from the Los Blancos, as white as their jersey. But Jeremy Doku, what a player he's been in this game. And he's been brought down. Referee says no way. Get up. And that will go to Rodrigo. Straight to the left. Looks to take on Matheus Nunes. Infield from Rodrigo. And Man City will clear. And they've been disciplined. Pep Guardiola has got this spot on tactically, Raymond.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a chance for Real Madrid to draw level. But City have been able to, defensively stay resolute. I think that for Pep Guardiola, if you are leading by 2-1, you need to, as possible, stay in the game. As much as possible, control the runs of Real Madrid, soak as much pressure as you can, and try to hit them on the break. Real Madrid are desperately looking for goals, and so there's always going to be the opportunity for them to leave spaces to be exploited. And so Pep Guardiola has just kept it very simple. It's been a very simple game plan for him, knowing very well exactly what Real Madrid will be throwing at them. He's just kept it simple and, control this game. Manchester City have controlled this game very well, and they are good value for all 3 points in this one. Unless Real Madrid are able to, pull the chestnut out of the blazing fire. Unless they're able to do something remarkably spectacular, I think that Man City could just run away with all 3 points in this game.
Absolutely, Man City will run away. But Kylian Mbappe is not even warming up. Is it Endrick time, ladies and gentlemen? Ball forward, Real Madrid are looking for a foul. Will they get one? But Ceballos went down. Is that a yellow card? It looks like one for a Man City player. And that was a very, very cynical tackle right on the edge. Nico O'Reilly had to take one for the team. Surely not a penalty, Eustace. Surely not. A free kick outside the box. Real Madrid have to make use of these if they have to get anything from this game, Eustace.
Well, I think he knew exactly what he was doing. Had to take one for the team. If he had allowed that run into the box, it would have been very, very perilous for them. So protecting the lead with 15 minutes of regulation time remaining, you would think that tackle was very, very necessary. So a free kick to Real Madrid, not a penalty, and that is good news for Man City. This is dangerous. If Real Madrid are able to salvage the situation, the relief will be more than enough for Xabi Alonso. But the lineup behind that ball, Jeremy Doku, arguably the man of the match for me, Kosi.
Absolutely, the Turkish prodigy stands behind it. He launches a long one in a shot, and that was bound for the post, but it was blocked. Back to Ada Güler. Ada Güler will launch a long one forward to nobody in particular, but he finds Rodrigo on the left side. Rodrigo also crosses the ball in a header on the edge of the box. And Real Madrid are launching everything at Man City now. They are throwing the kitchen sink at the citizens in the Santiago Bernabeu. Back to Rodrigo. Can he take on Savino? He does. His Brazilian compatriot turns him inside out. A header, and that just went past the post. And Real Madrid surely are missing a striker, the King Ajor.
Yeah, and if you imagine Vinicius not trying to get an aerial on goal, shot on goal. For me, I think it will boil down to individual brilliance now, because Bellingham, for example, you've not seen the best of him this season. But when he can come to the party, when he has these big games, is when we know that this is Bellingham of England. He needs to start scoring in the big games and start showing us that he has that chance to prove Thomas Tuchel wrong and be on that bus and also that first 11 at the World Cup. So Bellingham, I'm expecting him to try and finish this game so well. He looks tired, but the experience is there. Off the ball, he will work for you. On the ball, he will work for you. Because winning as a number 9 in this game, Madrid will definitely lack something. Mbappe is not around. They don't have a focal point number 9. So they will lack something at the central areas in this game in attack. But individual brilliance can help them. From Rodrigo, hey! Papa Hendrick is coming. Look there. If he comes in and score, Mbappe cannot play this game.
So Hendrick is about to come on, and that sends a message that Mbappe is not fit. But why is he on the bench?
Well, I think that for Real Madrid, they needed to keep Mbappe on the bench just to make the opponent feel there's a chance for him to play. But they know very well, all week he's been struggling with muscle injury. He's been struggling with his muscle all week, so he may not play any part in this game. Real Madrid would not want to risk it. Of course, they are still in a good position to qualify as one of the top 8 teams. And so they wouldn't want to push it, get Mbappe to recover properly as they seek to chase Barcelona in the La Liga title race. I would see what Hendrick brings to this party, because he himself is in desperate need of game time. He himself needs an opportunity to prove himself that he's that player that Real Madrid bought a few seasons ago, and he's that player who can deliver for them. So let's see how things go for him in this game.
The other boy from Palmeiras comes on. He comes to replace Asensio. It shows you that now Real Madrid are throwing the kitchen sink at them. They've taken off a defender, brought on an attacker. But Hendrick, his career at Real Madrid hasn't been one to look back at and smile. Is this a golden opportunity for him to send a message to Xabi Alonso?
Yeah, of course, it's a bold change from Xabi Alonso. Imagine Hendrick comes on and scores. Will they even cancel the loan move to even Lyon? Something like that. So it become a clear backup to Kylian Mbappe. But this is a very risky move, because to take a defender out and make it number 9, that means you are going all out to get the equalizer because yeah, you see, it shows clearly that his job is on the line. He cannot lose this game. If he loses this game, he's in trouble. But this is risky. What if Man City hits you on the counter? And you cannot defend this goal. Oh! Vinicius Junior. So, of course, it's a very, very risky move from Zabi. But hopefully, it works for him.
So, Vinicius Junior whiskers away from giving Real Madrid the equalizer. Came in from a corner acrobatically, but he launches that up and away. Up and away from Vinicius Junior. Xabi Alonso can't believe his eyes. But Eustace, up around the grounds, do we have any more updates?
Well, we don't have any further updates. Juventus still lead by 2-0. Real Madrid are down against Man City by 1-2. Arsenal, dominant control, 3-0 against Club Brugge. Benfica have done a very, very brilliant job, 2-0 against Napoli. And Newcastle still lead at Bayer Leverkusen. PSG, 85 minutes played. PSG still yet to take the lead against Athletic Bilbao. They are holding out for a draw. The statistics are all in favor of Paris Saint-Germain. Will Louis side be able to nick this game for 3 points before the final whistle?
So Rudiger with a very, very bad tackle. But I mean, he could have gotten to that wall. He was miles ahead. But Rudiger has been the weak link for this Real Madrid team. It's his time at the club over, Raymond.
Well, I think that Rudiger has not covered himself in glory in this game. He considered a penalty, went into that rash tackle. It was just a few meters away from another penalty considered by Rudiger. I don't think that Madrid defense with Rudiger at the helm has covered themselves with glory, and I don't think that Rudiger himself has had a stellar career at Real Madrid playing in that back line. He hasn't really done the best for him do at Chelsea, and I think that maybe just maybe another transfer window with Real Madrid bringing in some reinforcements could get the best out of him. Sometimes you could have a bad defender, but his centre back pairing could get the best out of him. Maybe we could get Rudiger perform again, but Man City with a chance to score. Free kick has been skied over the bar, and Real Madrid can't breathe easy at this moment.
Absolutely. 82 minutes on the clock, 8 minutes to go. Do Real Madrid have what it takes? Do they have the powers of recovery? They call them the masters of the Champions League, but they are being mastered by Real Madrid. Carreras has had a stellar game, and Rudiger will launch a long one forward. Man City will win in the middle of the park. Can they get one forward? Ball goes forward. And a great flick on. Man City with a chance, but that was a very good clearance. But then again, Real Madrid can't rest easy. Up until that is cleared, but they have an opportunity to break on the counter. Well won by Man City. But Real Madrid will not give up on this. The body language of the players is saying, we will give everything. Does it show, King Azor, that even
because it looks like all but for Vinicius Junior, he doesn't want to get the equalizer for the coach to stay. If somebody wants this coach gone, it might be him, because we know there's some tension between the two of them. But I just hope they get a lucky goal so that he can stay, because I always say he's a very good coach with different variations tactically and good. But these Madrid players have never been coached tactically well by any coach so far. And so they'll need time to adapt. That is where Don Press comes in to help them and bring them some players. Pass the ball! And get.
So ball on the edge of the box. Fantastic stride from Jude Bellingham. Should have done better. Man City will clear. But Real Madrid in the attacking patterns have not covered them in glory. Savino with another terrible pass. What was he thinking? I mean, in local parlance, we'll say idea. But actually, idea no the score goal. But Real Madrid will go on a stride again. Jude Bellingham is looking to do it all by himself. Ball goes all the way to the left channel. But Man City will clear. Carreras, who's arguably been the best player in a white shirt tonight, wins the ball once again. What a player he's been. Cross goes in. A header. And Endrick comes very close. It would have been Eustace. Endrick getting an equalizer.
I don't think anybody would have scripted that, but the hunger is there from the Real Madrid guys. Maybe you do feel that maybe Xabi Alonso should have trusted these guys show us what he's made of. But there's still time. 2 minutes is a lot of time in the game of football, and especially at the Santiago Bernabeu with the roofs shut. A different story could unfold. Remember, these two teams have history. Where in the 90th minute, Real Madrid have robbed Man City before. So it's still happening, and Savinho at the moment in the very stretching the game for Man City. Good to have both himself and Jeremy Doku on both flanks. I think Pep Guardiola wants to keep Real Madrid guessing, Kosi.
Absolutely, but Real Madrid who stride for it again. Fantastic pass. But would it get to Vinicius Junior? It does. Number 7 looks to take on his man. He's been hot and cold. Strides into the box, looking for a pass. Finds one on the edge. And that was going again. But then again, terrible pass. Real Madrid seemed to get confused in the final third. Raymond Yamado, is it tension or not? Ball on the edge. Hendrick, can he find a pass? He does. A shot in the box. But then again, it will come. And Donnarumma will stretch and punch that away. And that was very, very well won. But the ref said a free kick. But I mean, the attacking patterns of Real Madrid have been disappointing, the King of Joe.
Kosi, I've never seen a Madrid team feel jittery in front of goal like this before and panicking in front of goal. This is the first time in Champions League football that I'm watching Madrid in final third of the opponent lacking ideas. This is unprecedented. And this is the problem they lack. The chemistry is no more there. The connection is no more there. They are shaking and they are scared to even try and look at whole Bellingham in the box, panicking to shoot to score. This is a problem. And I always say there's some division in the team. And if this coach will be given the ample time to bring his own players on board, he can change the team and change their story. Because
Absolutely. King of Joe thinks that there's an opportunity. But Eustace also thinks we have an update. Over to you, Eustace Niakwe.
Bayer Leverkusen are back on song. It's 2-2. Newcastle United. Bayer Leverkusen 2, Newcastle United 2. And what a game from Jeremy Doku. He goes off to a standing ovation from their wins in the Bernabeu. Pep Guardiola congratulates him. Together with Carreras, I think both of these guys have been absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely, they've been fantastic. Man City have brought on Nathan Ake. They clearly want to defend. I mean, Rudiger, what was he doing over there? Ball goes for a ding-dong battle. Rudiger will head it back into Man City player. Bernardo Silva finds Savinho. Twinkle towards Savinho. Goes past Carreras. Surely that's a yellow card. Carreras is clearly exhausted, Raymond.
Well, I think that the game has been stretched. Real Madrid have had to chase this game. And so Carreras and the likes have had to do so much more. And once a player like Savinho comes in, with the pace he has, with the tricky on the side, once he goes past you, he can cause lots of problems. And the same work Doku has done on the other side of attack for Man City. And so, you know, it's been a very difficult game for Real Madrid. Defensively, they've been all over the place because they are trying to chase the game. And this is what happens when you try to chase a game against an opposition like Manchester City. They would always find ways to draw you into challenges you wouldn't want to be in. And I wouldn't be surprised if Man City scored the next goal.
Absolutely, Man City with an opportunity, and that will be a corner. And Raymond thinks he will be surprised if they score the next goal. Tijani Reinders did a very, very good job to ensure that Man City retain control of the ball. Do they have what it takes to score the next goal? That will be a corner. Tijani Reinders, man named after Tijani Babanchida, finally got an opportunity to meet the Nigerian idol, whose name he bears. But Man City will take this shot. Savinho goes to the edge of the box, finds Matheus Nunes. Matheus Nunes finds Tijani Reinders once again. And he loses out to Jude Bellingham, who has been fantastic. Great pass. And that's a terrible tackle from Bernardo Silva. No time to waste whatsoever. That's a yellow card for all his troubles. 89 minutes on the clock. Eustace, anyway back for Real Madrid now.
Looks like this is going to be very, very difficult to receive confirmation of the stoppage time. But Real Madrid will have to find some answer some way, somehow in the next few minutes. They have all hands on deck. Every man who could potentially score a goal for this Madrid team is on the pitch at the moment. Every man who's fit is on this pitch. Here's Vinicius Jr. on the wing. But Man City defending in numbers. And I like that addition about Man City this season. They have been absolutely very robust in moments where they have needed to be. The last few minutes will be very, very cagey.
The King of Joe, what have you made of Vinicius Jr.'s performance in this particular game?
Very, very, very awful and average because he's playing like he wants the coach sacked. And that's very, very awful. Playing individual football is not the best. But Kosi, let me credit Man City's defense today because the 2 goals were all from set pieces and a penalty. And so they've really defended well and they've been focused. They've closed a lot of passing lanes and forced Madrid to go wide and operate from wide areas. And winning in the wide areas will depend on his pace and take-ons, which is not working for him today. So the pressing of Man City, the defensive organization has been spot on, and we'll give credit to Pep and his boys. Pep adapting to different variations means that he's a coach that can learn. And he's learning, and his sons are joking. One is at Chelsea, one is at Arsenal. They'll hear from us later.
King of Joe thinks Pep's sons are joking, but Pep himself is simplifying things as he gets older. And his sons are complicating things as they go along. The ball goes all the way to the left. Vinicius Jr. Can he do something? Crosses into the box, a header, and Man City will clear. And a shot from Valverde. And Man City are repelling everything, like they were mosquito repellents. But then again, it will be a counter-attack. Savino, who's been bright since he came on, takes on his man, strikes into the box. And Man City get a third. Looks at Tegan Rodiger, goes into the box, shot. And that should have been better from Savino. But Man City will look to recycle possession. Ada Goulet comes very, very deep. Goes back once again. And they do have an opportunity through Chouameni to launch a long one forward. Valverde, the Uruguayan, strides forward. His last chance saloon right here. And that's Junior. Can he take on his man? Takes on Nunes in the box, a shot. Slams the ball against his man. And will roll out very, very, very harmlessly for Manchester City. I mean, what would you make of this, Eustace? Real Madrid seem very bereft of ideas.
Well, when it's not your day, it's definitely not your day. That was very, very unlucky. Kylian Mbappe looks on in sheer disbelief as his Madrid team are just a minute and a half staring down the barrel of a gun. This will be huge for Man City. And it sort of makes you remember that Man City once upon a time won the treble. They faded into oblivion after that, obviously. But this is a game where they reminded all concerned that they are still sleeping giants. They have something to offer this season. They may not be ready to win the Champions League, but they definitely are ready to take points off this Real Madrid team.
So terrible mistake from Nathan Ake, but he would not be punished for that mistake. Carreras at the back. Man City 2, Real Madrid 1. Real Madrid have 1 minute to manufacture something in this game. Ball in the box. Jude Bellingham. He's been very good as well. It comes to Rodrigo crossing to the box. A header out from Nathan Ake. Man City will clear, but will come to the toes of Vinicius Jr. Crosses into the box. And Donnarumma hold that on. And surely game over now, Raymond.
Well, I think that chance Vinicius just got, he could have found this man. He could have found this man, from a different position. I don't know why he tried to lob the ball right in front of the goalkeeper Donnarumma. And for me, you look at how Real Madrid have played in attack today. It's clear that Kylian Mbappe is the man who makes things happen for Real Madrid. 16 goals in La Liga, 9 goals in the Champions League. Clearly, if it's not in that team, this Real Madrid team doesn't have anything going for them. And this is where Alonso would have to answer a lot of questions. What was his thinking when he decided to start Garcia? How many goals had Garcia scored all season before he decided to take that decision to start him? I think that you go back and look at the decisions he's taken in this game and blame him for this particular defeat.
The final whistle goes, and it is Real Madrid who have been cooked in a roofed Santiago Bernabeu. Real Madrid 2, Man City 1. Kobe Perry, over to you.
Hey, where my against supporters day? Against one way. Against one way. Against one way. Hala Madrid. Hala Madrid. See, it's fantastic here, fantastic scenes. The hate watch, this is a successful hate watch. Successful hate watch. All those who came to go against Madrid and win it. Bro, come to you City fan. You be City fan. You sure say you be 100% City fan. You be against fan or you be 100% City fan. You should watch my camera. Watch my camera. So this particular win, right? It takes you up in the league phase of the Champions League. Do you think that City can do a comeback? You didn't start the season well, right? Watch the camera for me. You didn't start the season, but do you think City can do a successful comeback into the the latter part of the season and go ahead to win the Champions League?
Yeah, as a City fan, yeah, I'm 100% sure.
As a City fan, you're 100% sure. How long have you been supporting City?
Oh, for even the day I was born, like.
Hey! You started supporting City the day you were born. Hey, Charlie, calm down. This agenda you do, this energy you get, you be Barca fan.
Oh no.
You sure? Hey, top and down. Okay, so you support City sake of Pep Guardiola or what?
Oh.
Like the team. Watch my camera for me. How then they play the ball and they beat you? The performance be high. They beat you. All right, thank you. Bless. All right, so I'm still getting interactions with those who came to boss. Please, some reactions from you. Some disappointed Madrid fans are here. Let's get to the Madrid fans. Bossu, how far? Uncle, you on? This one there, he no go for you. You a Madrid fan?
Oh nah.
You know you Madrid fan?
Yeah.
But the game.
Yeah.
Give me the support.